Ezedike, Isimili Jofo, Isimili Jofo, Isimili Jakatakofo.
We have that there? Okay.
Ezedike, onye kamera putan. Oh, Ezedike, Isimili Jofo.
I think let's take another.
Isimili ka go to atugodo belazu. Ofu onye nyere ọra wan. Alusi na ejoka. Alusi. Alusi na ejoka.
Okay, cut on, sir.
Are good?
Yes.
Agunteje. Ogunede.
I like your ginger.
Ogunede.
From this, just the last thing I'll do before I change something. Let me just have something. Any other?
Welcome back. That was YUL and Judy Austin. Now, we might say this is not new. This is what both of them do. But what YUL wrote about this is what I want to talk about. YUL said something that a lot of people are wondering, is that what YUL lacked in his marriage? Or is there something else? Recall that YUL said he has found peace. Peace in Judy Austin. And people said, okay, if you have found peace in Judy Austin, why don't you allow Mary go? Why don't you sign the divorce? A lot of people have talked about that. And I have explained why YUL is holding on strong. Not because, he doesn't want Mary to go as a human being. He wants to fulfill what he said he wants to fulfill. Polygamy. But that's not all. YUL is not happy about certain things that both of them had acquired before this divorce thing came into it. If there was no property, nothing, maybe he would not have cared at all. To him, I can always get some other woman out there. I can get other women, and that's it. End of story. End of discussion. Now, he said something about hype. A woman that hypes you. That is the caption of this video. He didn't just post this video for you to see how he appeared, prepared for his photo shoot. That was for his birthday. No, not at all. He said, if your spouse, now YUL is referring to Judy Austin as spouse. Recall that the talk back then was skip makers and whatever. Now, he is referring to Judy Austin. Although he might argue this in court and say, no, I wasn't referring to Judy Austin. I was saying this to people. If your spouse does not hype you this way, if your spouse doesn't hype you like this, no gree for him. Now, you all know that Mary is not cut out for this kind of thing. Mary is not the kind of woman that does this hype of a thing. It's not part of her. It's not. She's not built up like that. She has her own thing. And some people are saying, "What's your love language? What's your love language?" This is something that is trending with the matchmaking thing that is in vogue. What's your love language? Relationship and getting to know has now become. Like people have written certain bullet points, things that you need to know, things that you need to ask, and they are hoping that you will say these things truthfully, and they believe that with this you both can work together and merge and form a unit. That's what's your love language? What's your love language? Love language can be they say change is the only constant thing. Today or this month or this period, unless you have established it, this is my love language. And that's what you are, and you are not changing. for a long time. And some might say, oh, my love language is this. So it seems Yul Edochie's love language is hype. Hyping. Now, a man that has a lot of pressure on him, a lot of pressure, and also a woman too, or a man that has inferior complex, they also, my request for this, when a man has so much pressure on him, they might need you to boost them up this way. Yeah, you might say, oh no, the man might need a kind of relaxation. He doesn't want noise, he wasn't stressed. But they are under pressure. They want you to make them feel that the stress of whatever it is, it could be job, the stress, the stress. They want you to make them feel better by making them believe that the stress is worth it. And men have inferior complex, and that's what I think Yul Edochie is having. I think that's it, because I wanted to like look at it. I said, is it that Yul Edochie needed this hype due to the many conversation going about him? Is that why he needed it now? Or Yul Edochie has always been like this? So I tried to dig deep to see some of his videos as far back as 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I tried to profile him. Was there a feel of being inferior, even though he is popular, is famous, or he believes that he is underappreciated? Like he thinks and believes that he's a mini God, a thing God, like I am this. And it seems Mary constantly, through her superior knowledge or answers or solution, you know, this thing about those that did sciences, and that's what Mary did in school. Those that did sciences, if you have a sister or a brother that is into sciences, even secondary school, people tend to see them, and you as a sibling too, you are like, you're always acting like you know too much, because they are made to believe that that they have more to offer this world, like medical doctors, engineers. And now Mary studied computer science and engineering or something like that. She studied computer science, which in today's world would be information technology and all of that. That's what she studied. Now, Yul Edochie, whatever he studied, everything is good. Yes, because we need everything. Even that cleaner, that sanitation guy, everything is good. Whatever it is that you do in life, everything is good. Times have changed. So maybe Yul Edochie is now feeling like, she's making me think I'm just actor. And Yul Edochie wants to be the king, even when he's not making sense. And that's the problem. It's a complex situation where you are a man and you think and you have been made to believe that as a man, you must be the wisest, you must be the smartest, you must be the strongest. Yeah, our society has made it so. But don't forget that as a man, in class, remember, this is for men. When you were in your classroom, and I'm not saying this to make women feel good. If I check my analytics, there are more women, 85% listening. And I know the age and the demographic. So I understand this. So I'm not saying this to make women, but it's just a reality. When you were in class, were there no ladies, girls that were smarter than you, have higher IQ than you in all of the subjects? So what makes you think that a woman, because they say somebody is a woman, it makes the person inferior. What makes you a superior being? I'm a man. What are your doings? Is it in the classroom? Or what exactly is this thing? So in a nutshell, I think I've given, so I won't, what I'm trying to say is that as partners, you need to recognize the strength and weakness of the other person. That's the truth of it. Create a niche, find where you can. It is not because you are husband means that the things in the house and all of those things, you know how to, you might be blessed with a woman that has but because some people, the way they were raised or the society, they feel, no, it's like I'm a useless person. There's nothing I say in the house. She has already done it. Imagine she's the one calling the plumber, calling this. She knows the one that is cheaper, the one that is closer. Me, when I say this, will say, look at that one. I do understand that there are some women that behave like alpha male. Okay, I don't know if there's anything called alpha female. There are some women, they are like kings. Let me put it that way. I mean, they just have this thing inside of them. Either they were born that way, or their parents raised them up that way, or some people are gifted. They just came into this world. They are female, they are women, but they came with this ability to manage and to be the head. That's why it is possible to have a woman heading a company. You get what I'm saying? So these things, once you have that kind of woman, you as a person need to understand, and you don't have to bring. The only thing is you have to be a man in a way that she has to be corrected. For example, there are some women, because they are boss, they are boss over people somewhere. When they come home, they want to be boss over their wife or their husband. They want to reprimand their husband publicly. Unless that, if you have a woman like that wants to reprimand you publicly, that wants to correct you publicly, that wants to lord over you, that wants to talk to you as if you are a son, then you need to sit her down and talk about it. And that's why courtship and let's say all of these things are hidden, or love, or your condition situation did not make you. These kind of things could give you problems, huge problem. Because a man is a man, regardless. A man is a man. Even the positioning of our medulla oblongata, our brain, the gray matter, is not the same. So if you have such situation, then you know what I mean. But in the case of YUL EDOCHIE and Mary, I don't understand this part of hyping. Is that what YUL EDOCHIE needed? Is that all? Because these things are important too. Underlying issues. Is that all? Is that what made him go look for a woman in his own, craft, a colleague, a woman who does the same thing, a woman in the same level like himself? Is that why he went to look for that kind of woman that would just be hyping him? That's all he needed, hype. Odogu, etc. This and that, lion of this. Yes, is that all? Is that all? And the truth of it is that you cannot be perfect. Nobody can be perfect. Unless you're a gigolo. You can't be perfect. Gigolos are perfect because that's their job. They train for it. Mistresses can be perfect because that's their job. They trained for it to satisfy a man. Is it possible? I'm putting this out to you. What do you think about it? Drop your comments. See you in the next update.